Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I would like to get up a little bit earlier, and I think I did somewhat, but I am once again multi-streaming on Rumble and Utizzle, and I hope you all are having a great day. And I know some people that didn't have a great day. That's all right. And we're going to talk about that. Some deranged judges. But anyway, I will play some videos while people file in for the chats. And then we're going to be like butter. You know it. Get on a roll.
ISIS is honoring the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS, okay? He's the founder. He founded ISIS. And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton.
Nobody can dispute the fact that we need, oh yeah?
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island.
First of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. And the record will show, Neil, that we didn't recommend shutting everything down. I recommended to the president that we shut the country down. And that was a very difficult decision because I knew it would have serious economic consequences, which it did.
People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with it.
Stronger and better than ever before. They're mostly gone. They're all coming back. This is why people in countries want to kill me. They're not happy with me. It's a risky business. This is why they want to kill me. They only kill consequential presidents, remember that. But this is why, if you're one of the countries that's affected, you're not happy with what I'm saying. Of course they do, because he did nothing to help us. When they like Biden, who doesn't know he's alive, of course they like him, because he does nothing to bring your businesses back. He lets the world rob our country, the robber barons. He lets them rob and steal from our country, and most importantly, he lets them take.
Unquestionable at this point that man cannot see. He is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
I wouldn't even be doing this. I could get some beautiful places to gorgeous ocean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, you see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And Scott, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look, there he is.
Easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
On the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went quiet on the roof with that.
Storm zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
And he's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and HE in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn, and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigators as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it.
Hey folks, how you doing? I hope y'all are having a great night. And I'm having a good night too. I hope the transmission is good. Sissy's here. Mac's here. Colette's here. Darla. Nice to see you all. Wayne's here giving me a thumbs up. Brush is here. Miss Minder Sue. Ha ha. Debbie's here. Nice to see you. All right. Yeah, Mr. T knows that's a fact. Debbie, we got 2 Debbies. Good. I like it that way. So, yeah, we got, I mix up my intros. I put some other videos I found, blasts from the past. Oh, what do I got on the screen there? Something I had in my studio. You all know they're always thinking this stuff up. And what's going to go on? I'm going to talk about this crazy judge. You know, I heard something in the wee hours of the morning. I was getting ready to go for my evening repose. You know, I put Sadie to bed, put her covers up around a little chinny chin, and I had my phone in my pocket on while I'm doing that and getting ready to go to bed. And I heard a confrontation about illegal immigrantio was in a courtroom, and somebody was challenging the agent to arrest him. Now, I didn't get to look at the whole video, and I think it got disappeared. I said, oh, that's good. That's good, because the agent said, you do that again, I'm going to charge you with assault on a federal officer. And the same old bunch of mouths going, where's your ID? Who are you? What do you have? And I said, wow, you know, I'll take a look at that in the morning. It was gone. It was gone. I think whatever this judge did, or her acolytes, maybe on film. I looked as hard as I could. I'm cross-eyed. I look for it so hard. But anyway, so they're always conniving. They're always scheming. Second child in Texas. Passed. Important to note that the child was not vaccinated against measles and had no known underlying health conditions. Texas is experiencing its worst measles outbreaks in 30 years. So, remember Bill Gates said that. Said something about the measles, right? Hi, Bill. How you doing? Nice to see you. Tennessee. All right. So, anyway, I have ABC's news report on this whack job judge and also the one that got arrested along with his dopey wife yesterday. Yes, they're dopey. These judges are dopey, as you can see on the screen. Babylon Bee. Federal judge travels back in time to overturn Trump's birth. So, anyway, my thumbnail, I have fool around, find out the letters FAFO next to her screwball picture, which Mr. T posted. And they're going nuts because Kash Patel put out a tweet, X, and then he took it down. So they said, oh, he shouldn't have done that. So what? He put it up. Live with it. Here she is. Here's. Oh, I'll put this up. Libs at TikTok. Breaking. Hannah Dugan, a Milwaukee County Circuit Judge, has been arrested by the FBI after she reportedly helped an illegal alieno evade arrest. Dugan allegedly misdirected federal agents away from the subject. I do know Spanish. Okay? No speaky. I hear him say it all the time. Misdirected federal agents away from the subject to be arrested in her courthouse. Eduardo Flores Ruiz, allowing the subject in alieno to evade arrest. She has been charged with obstructing justice, obstructing the arrest of an illegal alieno. So here, let's take a look at the picture of the screwball. Here she posed for this, Oh, let's do a picture. Let's do a picture and put it on my Facebook page. Okay. Putting a mask on Abe Lincoln. I had to bust Abe Lincoln. What else do you see, folks? She's wearing a goofball mask. So she's part of that crap that I put. She's the type of person to throw a small business owner in jail if they don't stay home, stay safe, starve to death, lose your business, lose your livelihood. 6 feet apart, you can get punched in the face and it's okay. She's one of those freaks. But what else is she? What else is she? Huh, folks? Anybody knows? Give me a thumbs up. It helps the video get around. I do appreciate it. As you're perusing the picture and thinking about what to put in the chats, what else lets you know this person has lost their damn mind? Because Pam Bondi said, I don't know. They said, what do you think's wrong with these two judges? She's like, I don't know. I think they're deranged. And that's a good term. Debbie says it's a dude. Kickenberg said Euchre symbol, and that's correct. Solid brass. Don't you know that costs some money? Huh? Kenneth's cleanup's here. Who else got in here? Todd's here. Angela's here. Marie's here. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, Angela and Kickenberg got it first. You Crizzle. I got a bank lamp just like that. How many of y'all have seen them bank lamps? Used to sell them at Walmart. I believe I got mine at. I still got it. I got my dad one too. I think it's over at the other house. But anyway, but I wouldn't buy no damn Ukraine symbol. But, where does that take your mind? Huh? As we're looking at, and I'm going to straighten this out right now. Well, maybe I should wait till we get some more people. But I'm going to go ahead and straighten it out right now. You all are my witness. You're my witness. If you watched the show the other day, 2 days ago, I think it was. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. No, it was day before yesterday. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what it was. But anyway, things are going exactly as I have foreseen. Didn't I say that Trump, when he goes on a foreign visit, that's when they're going to make a move. It would be the best time to make a move when Trump is dealing with foreign leaders above the fray, okay? And I said the ones to start with would be the lower level judges that tried to charge a ICE agent with contempt, and buddy. And I said, you start with these lower level judges while Trump is going overseas. You're my witnesses. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? So things are going as I have foreseen. So, while we have this judge getting arrested, here's Mr. T. What's he doing? He's saying, I haven't heard about it. Or, if they ask him and say, oh, really? I got to go over here and see the Pope and a bunch of foreign leaders. Y'all have a nice life, posting bail and figuring out how you're going to get out of this. But I didn't need to get is I need to get a sound clip. You all heard it. It goes, here comes Karen. Here comes Karen. Anyway, this is after her arrest and her appearance before the court. She's got an arraignment date set up, and she's not going to be able to hold court. And she's not going to hold court ever again. Believe you me.
Judge, anything to say about this?
There goes Karen. There goes Karen. So anyway, I asked the question about this picture. I said, where else does that take your mind to? We're playing connect the dots. We're playing recognize the map. Remember that phrase? I saw somebody say the letter after 16. I think it was Miss Mindersu said that. Yeah, they are trying to downplay. Well, how come my chats aren't moving? I'm trying to review them. I saw some people come in. I can't. Come on, chats, move. Oh, there we go. This Justin, how you doing? Sparky, nice to see you. Where's Whiskey at? So anyway, did I miss anybody? No, I don't think so. It's a lot of people in. This Justin's in, Sparky's in, Flannel Cheese. I knew it was one more. But anyway, what did that guy that was laying in the bushes at Mar-a-Lago try to buy from you Crizzle a surface-to-air missile? He was physically in Crizzle. What about that kid that got some instantaneous dental work? Pop! Like a pumpkin. Pow! That was on the roof I showed earlier. He had mysterious apps with foreign connections. Jess and Bean, how you doing? All tying back to you, Crizzle. So, when they say something, insurrection and January 6th was just as bad as Pearl Harbor. No, these. She's got that in a courtroom. A fugitive from ICE. And I'll play these videos here in a minute. But I want to play this one. Because it's another factor in what we're dealing with these people, with these individuals that Trump is trying to get out. They all work for cartels. Just like Abrego Garcia, I think he was Maryland's running man. He would go to Texas, God knows how many trips. He went from Texas to Maryland. Texas to Maryland, Texas to Maryland. Okay, you don't do that for free. Where are you getting paid from? But anyway, and they're probably bringing back some nose candy and meth and who knows what while they're doing it. Our guys and gals are not dumb. But anyway, here's Trump on the cartels with Glenn Beck.
Is Mexico a failed state? Narco state?
Well, I would say, in all due respect, and I really like the president a lot. I've gotten to know her, and I really like her. She's an elegant, beautiful woman. But I think it's so much control over it. And, I think the politicians are, they're afraid. I think the police are probably afraid. A lot of them are shot and killed.
Yeah, I know.
And
I had a guy from
even the military is very much afraid.
I had a guy, an ATF agent, reach out to me, and he said, Glenn, and I wrote it down someplace, but he said, have people in our ATF actually trace the numbers. He said they keep talking about all these guns that are in the hands of cartels and how they get them across the border from America.
Right.
He's like, all of those numbers correlate with the numbers that come from the Pentagon, the arms that we officially ship to their military. Yes. And he said, they're taking the military guns and using those. He's like,
nothing surprises me. When you see the kind of drugs comes in from China. We tax them 20% because of what they've done with fentanyl, but it goes through Mexico largely, and it goes through Canada too, by the way.
Right.
A lot goes through Canada, but it comes through Mexico and Canada. But when you watch Mexico, what's happening, it's pretty amazing. And we've shut down the border, but we've shut it down. And I didn't need laws passed.
I know.
As the expression goes, they just needed a new president.
Yeah, we just needed a new president. We didn't need laws passed. But anyway, that's interesting because there's more than meets the eyes with some of these people. Now, this woman on the screen or whatever it is, she may not be elbow deep with cartels or whatever. She might just be a deranged person on that bandwagon, right? But I think they're following a link. Let me show you this video. Here's the other dopey judge and his dopey wife. There's something going on here, folks. This is the New Mexico. They're starting to call him an ex-judge on MSNBC, CNN, and all that. When I play these clips of Pam Bondi, she'll say, the judge, and she's talking about the guy on the screen, soon to be ex-judge. And of course, we found out he was booted off for life. But right away, they're trying to minimize it. He wasn't a judge. He was an ex-judge. Remember what I was saying? They go into retirement and they get a sticky case where they got to throw a monkey wrench in. They don't care. They're retired. They'll go in and handle a dirty case in a dirty way and give you the finger and go back on retirement. So, anyway, think cartels. You're already thinking you, Crystal. You're already thinking assassins. They want to talk about that it's wrong to arrest judges. They need to put out how many police officers, how many mayors, how many judges have been wiped out in Mexico alone by cartels. You think we want that here? That's what they're bringing. So you think it's a big deal to arrest some stupid judge who would sit there and aid and abet these kind of criminals? But tell me there's not something more going on here with these cartels, gangs, whatever. Is it money? Is it affairs of the heart? Is it both? Is it that and something else? It's not patriotic, I can tell you that.
Agarré, patrón. Agarré duro.
Oh, sí, está pesado. Está pesado. Yo no sabía que estaba. What, is it? Yeah, it's heavy. Put it on.
A ver, claro, patrón, ¿cómo es que sí? Mételo ahí.
Yo no soy un santo, pero estoy en clave. Estoy pagando con mis maldades. Estoy aquí.
Yeah, something's going on. He's living in their guest house, is the story. The guest house. And they call it whatever, Castilla or whatever. I don't speak Spanish, okay? Yeah, I do. No speaking, no speaking. But anyway, here's a shot of how they're getting them down to the border. I hope there's no music on this. Look at that big tumbleweed. You see that big tumbleweed there? What are they doing? Collecting tumbleweeds? Yeah, I'll get a little ding for that. Little ding for that. But anyway, so they found him crawling around. Something going on. And, you know, the felonies they could be charged with, both these judges, because I told a little bit of the story, but I'm telling you, I heard last night a confrontation. I don't know. The judge snuck the people out. There was a confrontation with the lawyer for the illegal immigrant. As far as I'm concerned, the lawyer should be charged too. Okay? At the very least, suspended from the bar. I mean, it's time to take the gloves off with these clowns. So, yeah, I heard, touch me again, and I'm going to charge you with assault on a federal officer. So, apparently there were two interactions. One earlier in the week, and then the event that got her arrested. I'm going to play the Fox News. I'll interject here and there. Pam Bondi went on Fox News, and she went on ABC. Now, I could have got clips on MSNBC's take. I could have got a clip on CNN's take. But you know what? They didn't have Pam Bondi. They had, MSNBC had Andrew Weissman. Mr. Sweaty Man. Remember me talking about him? Wait a minute. I got a picture. Here he is. Andrew Weissman. I swear. You know, if I had more time today, I would have got a clip of it. But that's what he said. I cannot imagine this case holds up. Yeah. Andrew Weissman on the FBI arrest of this judge. Why the hell won't it hold up? Why do they need some kind of special dispensation? Aren't you the moron who got with Bob Mueller's team trying to railroad Trump while he was president? Were you involved in what happened to Peter Navarro, Roger Stone? All the J6 people? DB, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Who's somebody? Hi, Darla. Hi, Larry. Roland, nice to see you, Roland. So Andrew Weissman was he was on there with some other loser, and CNN. Guess who CNN had? I believe it was CNN. Had Andrew McCabe talking about how it is very divisive and damaging to the first article. The third article. Judges in the Constitution. It's just destroying the Constitution. Hey, people know these kind of judges are the ones destroying the Constitution. Okay? These kind of misfits I just put on the screen. But anyway, yeah, I watched this little moron, Weissman. He's going to get his. You watch and see. I think the first deep and then state people to go down is going to be what I had earlier. Ouchie, Dr. Ouchie. But anyway, let's see what I'm juxtaposing the Fox News report with Pam Bondi and the ABC report with Pam Bondi. And I'm going to tell you ahead of time my theory of Truth and Reconciliation Act. Okay? ABC's on board. These other ones I mentioned, MSNBC and CNN, are not on board. But there's still idiots that from time to time. Enjoy the video.
So rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom. You're not going to believe this. Takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
Wow. You know,
Can't
Madam
make this
Attorney
up.
General, great to have you here, and thanks for coming back on America Report. So we remember these words of Tom Homan, the border czar. This was March 17th, and his message on these judges who apparently are trying to get in the way of this administration's efforts. Listen.
I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
So when you see these judges trying to obstruct your efforts to make this country safer, what is your message to them?
We are going to prosecute you, and we are prosecuting you. I found out about this the day it happened. We could not believe, actually, that a judge really did that. We looked into the facts in great depth. That's her picture up on the screen, Hannah Dugan, who is now in custody. You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really, shame on her. It was a domestic violence case of all cases, and she's protecting a criminal defendant over victims of crime.
In fact, she just had an initial appearance in court. There's also this other case.
Judge Joel Cano.
Did you see was that a book she had? I wonder if you see, it looked like a book. I better not mess with it. I don't want to, let me see if I can back it up. If I can back it up just a bit, I better not fool with it. But anyway, she had a kid's book in that last picture, folks. She had a kid's book. And I think it's her promoting what's before the Supreme Court right now about these Prano and then Graphico books to little children. And we're arguing about the Supreme Court. They ought to have their rear ends in jail. But here they are desensitizing the system to accept that kind of cultivating. But anyway, I'll let it keep going.
And his wife were arrested for harboring a TDA member at their home. The alleged TDA member had been picked up by law enforcement, and now he and his wife were picked up and arrested. And you say that you believe, as the Attorney General, that the person that they were having living at their home was a truly potentially bad individual.
Yeah, that's the judge up on the screen now who got arrested. Yeah, his name is Ortega. He was is a known TDA member, So he comes through Eagle Pass December 2023. He's living in our country. January 2025, ICE, they get a tip. Tom Homan's done a great job. Our FBI did a great job on this case, too. They get a tip that he is living with a judge and the judge's wife. So they have him arrested first on immigration charges. A Judge Damian Martinez releases him, saying that Judge Cano has a good BS meter and wouldn't let just anyone live on his property.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the associations with this violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and this person was showing signs through clothing, we were told, tattoos. There was evidence through voice messages and text messages of his association to TDA. So what charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he that said kill something about.
Listen, they'll get that phone and they'll get everything out of it. They can take a crushed car, a car that's been crushed into a cube, and pull it apart and get the VIN numbers. A broken phone ain't nothing. They've had them in the bottom of ponds and got them out. And as long as they can get into the Google account in the cloud, they got you. So this judge, you're going to hear where they talk about silencers. I've heard about guys, just a cow pile kicking good old boys. They try to make silencers out of pop bottles and dumb stuff like that. We're looking at 10 years, okay? So there's right now for the general public, but they're going to hear some real heat. Hi, William, how you doing? Larry. Yeah, Bondi's 59. Pappy Two Bears, nice to see you. I saw William in here. There he is. Hi, William. Nice to see you. So anyway, let's let this keep rolling. Just remember those federal charges. And an alien cannot have a gun, okay? Allowing an illegal alien to possess a firearm is a felony. He's got felonies through the roof.
About death, he had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, decapitated, gruesome photos, and he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful, you shouldn't be sending these, you shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them.
Let me, if I could, Madam Attorney General, come back to the Wisconsin case and Judge Hannah Dugan, because in allegedly letting the perpetrator and the attorney out through a non-public exit and allowed them to get out in front of the building. We had a situation where we've seen that I know Tom Homan was complaining about in Colorado, where there would be no transfer of a defendant from a jail to ICE custody on a in a way that
There's that kid's book. You see it? They had more of it shown last time. See the girl's hair in the two Princess Leia buns? She's got a picture of a kid's book. So she's pro all that kind of crap. But anyway, they're going to talk about the danger of trying to get make an arrest at a courthouse. It's her fault. It's her fault, not the agents.
And protected public safety. This ended up in a foot chase in public sight. It says here a foot chase ensued. The agents, and this was a DEA agent and FBI agent, pursued Flores Ruiz for the entire length of the courthouse, ultimately apprehended him near the intersection of West State Street and 10th Street. So the judge apparently has created a situation here where you have a public foot chase. And we all know that, well, sometimes they can come off without incident. They can also turn into very dangerous situations.
John, that's exactly right. She put the lives of our law enforcement officers at risk. She put the lives of citizens at risk. A street chase, which is absurd that had to happen. But yes, she put a lot of people in danger. That judge did it. So did the other judge. Judge Cano is charged with. They were allegedly giving him assault rifles, AK-47s, AR-15s, with a suppressor, a known TDA member, letting him go to a shooting range to refine and perfect his shooting skills.
Madam
What's
Attorney,
happened to our judiciary is beyond me.
Yeah, so when the American public hears this and they think these were once upstanding people in their communities and this, I mean, have you dug into their motive? Like, what inspired them to carry out these acts and harbor criminals?
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe. I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. If you are harboring a fugitive, we don't care who you are. If you are helping hide one, if you are giving a TDA member guns, anyone who is illegally in this country, we will come after you and we will prosecute you. We will find you.
If I could just finish off with this idea, very significant development that you're arresting judges now. Now, it could be that the judges have engaged in terribly bad behavior and deserve to be arrested. But you know what critics will say? They'll say, oh, this is a government that is expanding the powers of the Article 1 of the Constitution. Now they're arresting judges. How do you respond to that?
No one is above the law, John. No one is above the law in this country. And if you are destroying evidence, if you are obstructing justice, when you have victims sitting in a courtroom of domestic violence and you're escorting a criminal defendant out a back door, it will not be tolerated, and it is a crime in the
Yeah, they're talking about expanding Article 1 powers of the president by arresting judges. No, he's reducing the corruption of Article 3, okay? Judges who are acting outside the law, okay? They're showing it with their... What is she doing there with a cartoon of a child, posing with it? These people are weird, okay? And yeah, he is living beyond his means. Television, I think it was television shows said that. Yeah, they're on the TAKE. Hi, Claude, how you doing? Darting, how you doing? Nice to see you. Let's see, somebody else came in. Hi, Kathy, nice to see you. Let's see, Rubber Toe's here. How you doing, Rubber Toe? I saw somebody else I hadn't seen in a while. Oh, well, my eyes get crooked after it gets late and I get a crooked eye, jealous eye. There's no more. Hi, Claude. There you go. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. So, yeah, they are preserving the Article 1. I mean, the Article 2 powers of the president, and they are getting rid of the corruption out of Article 3, and it is ongoing with Congress. Think Bob Menendez. Think of Dick Durbin resigning. Think of all the other resignations. It's going to keep marching on. And one thing I'm going to play now. That was a pretty good interview. Pretty fair. You expect that from Fox. Now let's see what ABC had to do. ABC. They spent a lot of time with Pam Bondi. I'm looking at my videos here, see if I got anything, a quick video to put up before I get into this one. No, I guess I don't have, whoa, let me get rid of that. All right, let me put, this is ABC News. Now, I don't know if this was prime time or not. What is this? Who is this? Kyra Phillips? Are you all familiar with Kyra Phillips? Is she a new star, or was this done in a low rating? Well, it's all low ratings, but ABC News? I don't know. But I'll go ahead and make comments as the video goes along. But here's how ABC presented. And remember, ABC is a subsidiary of Disney, and Disney's going through their lawsuits. ABC had to settle a big list, wasn't it, ABC? And I think they got on board. They try. She tries. But see, this is so egregious where the common sense people that go to work every day and don't have time to keep up with all their games, and trust them for the news. Their common sense sees there's something very wrong with both these judges, and they're not going to have a bit of a problem with it. So they're trying to get their claws in something to say that Trump and Kash Patel and everybody's doing something wrong. Good luck with that. Anyway, let me go ahead and play it.
2 county judges, one current and one former. One of them, a sitting Milwaukee County Circuit Judge, Hannah Dugan, who FBI Director Kash Patel says is being charged with obstruction for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade arrest last week. Arrest, a former New Mexico judge.
Remember that nickname I had, Shovel Face? Shovel Face looked like she'd been whacked in the face with a shovel, a flat shovel. That's what I anyway.
Along with his wife, now facing charges related to harboring a member of the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua. Joining me now, the nation's top prosecutor, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's been quite a busy day for you. Thank you. I'm actually getting statements in as our interview is beginning. I'll get to that for a second because I'm going to read it cold with you. But let's start, Pam, with Judge number 1, Hannah Dugan in Milwaukee. You arrested a sitting judge.
We did.
Why did you feel that was necessary?
It was appalling to all of us what happened. I used to be a domestic violence prosecutor, and this case involved someone who was deported under President Obama, came back into our country, we don't know when, illegally, and he was living at a residence, and he beat up a man so badly he had to go to the hospital, his roommate. He punched him with a closed fist in the face 30 times. The victim fell to the ground, and he choked him. Then the girlfriend came in, tried to break it up. He punched a woman in the face with a closed fist so hard she fell to the ground. He hit her in the arm. Both of them had to go to the hospital. The fight's broken up. They're taken to the hospital, and he's threatening to do further harm to them later. So it's hard enough to get any victim of domestic violence to cooperate. We had 2 victims sitting in a courtroom that day.
So what did this judge do that led to ICE coming in to make this arrest?
So she's a sitting judge on a domestic violence case. He's the defendant, Ruiz, 2 victims and a prosecutor, a state prosecutor in the courtroom. It is routinely done when people are picked up on any kind of warrants that it's done outside a courtroom. It's been done in that courthouse. It's been done in a courthouse where I prosecuted 20 years ago. The reason? Because Executing a warrant is one of the most dangerous things law enforcement officers can do. You never know what you're going to encounter behind that door, what kind of weapons, with any defendant. So the safest place to do it is if you know they're going to be in a courthouse because they've gone through security. You know a defendant isn't armed. It's a sterile daytime situation. It's routinely done in courthouses, any kind of warrants. So the ICE team was there, DEA, FBI, ICE team. They're outside the courthouse, courtroom. They're in the courthouse. The judge finds out that they're there to arrest him. And the way he got on the radar, of course, is he got arrested. He beat up these people. So she knew they were there. They were outside. She comes outside the courtroom and is visibly angry, yelling, raising her voice to them. She directs them to go see the chief judge. So while they do that, she goes back in the courtroom, gets back on the bench while a prosecutor is sitting there with 2 victims of domestic violence, and tells the defense attorney and the defendant, Ruiz, to come in the back with her. She takes them in the back in a private area. This is appalling. Through her chambers, lets them back out and leave. One of the DEA agents, I believe, sees them exiting and doesn't know what's going on. So she continues with her docket, finishes her docket. 2 victims sit in court all morning long, waiting. At the end, the prosecutor said, "What happened? Why didn't the case get called?" She removed it from the docket without telling anyone, had them go out a door to leave. Then ICE, meaning the ICE team, DEA, FBI, have to chase him down, which is what is so dangerous, outside the courthouse, by an intersection. Pedestrians could have been killed. He could have been hurt. They could have been hurt. They catch him, take him into custody. Those are the facts of the case.
All right. As you lay out the facts of the case, as you can imagine, people are now responding.
So the point I'm making a couple points. Whoa.
This full statement from the lawyer representing
Stop
Judge
it.
Hannah Dugan, saying that she has committed herself to the rule of law and the principles of due process for her entire career as a lawyer and a judge. She has retained former United States Attorney Stephen
Skupik to represent her. Judge Dugan will defend herself vigorously and looks forward to being exonerated. Okay, quick reaction to that. But what I really want to get to is also the governor is speaking.
Democratic Congresswoman Gwen Moore, because you can imagine the other side of politics responding to this. But first, your response to the attorney representing Dugan.
Well, everyone is entitled